Coming up on AgweekTV, is strip till a practice for you? We'll meet with one University of Minnesota Extension specialist who gives us the ins and outs.
We'll have highlights from the South Dakota Sheep Growers Association convention here in Brookings.
Goats are in high demand. We'll meet a couple raising them. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Shauna Olson. An Ayer, North Dakota couple is putting the finishing touches on a unique addition to their organic apple farm. As Mickle Pates found, they plan to use their crop to produce hard cider.
Stacy and Dan started planting apples at Cottonwood Farm 5 years ago.
Tallman Sweet, Michelin, Jeffries.
Now the orchard boasts 1,800 trees on 11 acres with 40 varieties. Stacy Nelson-Heising calls some of them antique varieties.
These are apples that you're not going to find in your neighbor's backyard. With the prohibition, what happened is these wonderful orchards were cut down to the ground and they grafted apples like Red Delicious onto the stumps. And so now with the renewed interest in hard cider, people are coming and they're putting in these lost varieties.
The varieties are chosen for how well they make cider. Dan and Stacy started building the cider house last year and are putting on the finishing touches now.
What you can see here with the bubbling is the fermentation process going.
They're still experimenting with different apple and yeast combinations in the fermenting process.
Then after, we got the orchard going, it just seemed like the right thing to do to get into hard cider. So that was kind of our next step.
Stacy's dad, Chuck Nelson, converted the farm to organic about 30 years ago. He was a big help in starting the orchard and the cider house, but he won't enjoy the first batch of cider. He passed away in June.
We'll run into one obstacle after another. Given the fact that the last years of my dad's life were focused on making Cottonwood Farm and Cottonwood Cider House a reality, giving up was never an option. It almost, made us more determined.
They're hoping to harvest about 2,500 pounds of apples this year. In addition, they'll get about 3,000 pounds of apples from their neighbors. Near Ayer, North Dakota, this is Mickle Pates for AgWeek.
Their first batch of cider should be ready by the end of the year. Heising says several local bars are interested in having their hard cider on tap. They also plan to have some tastings and tours at the cider house. A West Fargo ag businessman is pushing the use of beets for making biofuels. Maynard Helges has been working on the idea for about 8 years with Dave Ripplinger, an NDSU bioenergy specialist. Energy beets, also called industrial beets, have different breeding than sugar beets. It's taken about 6 years to get the EPA to favorably rate the environmental equation for energy beet production. More approvals still are needed for the processing. Biofuel from energy beets potentially has a much higher value per gallon than ethanol. Helges says there is a lot of interest around the region for growing the industrial beets and having processing plants.
We'd probably be looking at 25 to 30,000 acres at each plant in those communities. We were working initially with 9 communities and we ended up with about 13 communities because other communities came in and wanted to participate.
The value of corn ethanol is about 85 cents a gallon. The cellulosic ethanol is more than $2 a gallon because it would be used to produce high-value products like aviation fuel and pharmaceuticals. There's growing interest in sustainable agriculture, and North Dakota is part of it, hosting the USDA's SARE Fellows program. It's a 2-year program that visits different parts of the country to study sustainability. The group has visited Idaho, West Virginia, and Texas, and Jonathan Knutson was there when they came to North Dakota.
It's been really helpful and eye-opening.
North Dakota is a leader in sustainable ag. 8 extension specialists have come to the state to learn more.
The goal is to show different parts of North Dakota and how we fit in sustainability.
There's a lot that goes into agriculture that the typical person doesn't understand. How plants are grown, no matter whether that's ornamental crops or whether that's agricultural crops. I'm really very happy about all the ag tourism that's going on these days because it gets people on the farms a little bit more and understanding a little bit better.
The SARE program defines sustainability as having 3 legs: profitability, conserving or maintaining, so it's an environmental stewardship issue. Third leg is social issues. We're all in this community together. It's all part of a societal need. I produce food, you need to eat it. We need to understand how things work together.
As you look at the organic marketplace, at least in the Midwest, in the North Central region where organic is much more prevalent, there's more acreage and more farmers in that marketplace, you definitely see those walls coming down because it's become so normalized and so mainstream.
What they learn here in North Dakota will help the Extension officials back at home.
Having so many people of a diverse background together, it really really makes you think about things that you wouldn't normally think of.
Until you get out to other states and see what they have in the form of sustainable activities and work, you come to North Dakota and the wide diversity that we have is just amazing. We don't appreciate what we have up here.
For Ag Week, I'm Jonathan Knutson.
This has been a good year for sheep producers. Lamb and wool prices are fairly strong, and there's excitement about the innovation in the industry. Sheep producers recently gathered in Brookings, South Dakota for their annual convention. Michelle Rook has highlights.
Sheep producers attending the South Dakota Sheep Growers Convention got an update on lamb promotion, research here at SDSU, as well as their industry priorities for the upcoming Farm Bill. Peter Orwick with the American Sheep Industry Association says they're asking Congress to renew a critical animal health research program in the new Farm Bill.
We have a minor use, minor species program that's incredibly important that we get funded. That's what helps bring sheep pharmaceuticals into the market in the U.S.
They also want an FMD vaccine bank and an update to their only risk management tool, the loan deficiency program for wool.
My guess is that Congress is probably going to look at probably doubling the base loan rate.
Producer Dale Thorne highlighted American Lamb Board promotions designed to boost lamb consumption and overcome the challenge of high retail prices.
American consumers eat about 0.3 of a pound of lamb per year per person. And so our biggest push is to try and increase that amount.
Sheep producers also got an update on leading production research at SDSU.
Improvement in antibody production in lambs to improve their overall health, reducing mortality and morbidity.
Plus, Texas producer Benny Cox stressed the importance of the ethnic market, and Maine producer Lisa Webster talked about the growing demand for fresh, natural, and locally produced lamb. In Brookings, I'm Michelle Rook reporting for Ag Week.
Ahead on AgweekTV, we'll show you where some 4-H kids get their kids.
My name is Joel Kaler, owner-operator of Kaler Farms in Lidgerwood, North Dakota. We make a patented product called the Cornstalk Guide. It's made out of UHMW, ultra-high molecular weight poly, which is extremely durable. Typically what you'll see on corn heads is the idler chain in the sprocket sticks out. We attach to the side of a snout. Our product will keep all the wear off the snout and get it to come into the head smoother without bouncing.
At Superior Grain Equipment, we're committed to quality and service, offering you the best in grain storage and dryers for any size operation. Our experts will work with you to determine the most efficient and economical storage solution for your needs. We help protect your bottom line and your future with the industry's best bins and warranties. Make the superior choice for protection today and tomorrow with Superior Grain Equipment.
I'm 120, 130, 130, 55, once around the block, 212 pipe right here, now have them times up. So
if you're thinking about selling a piece of land, or you're looking to sell some farm equipment, or if you're thinking about a retirement or involved in an estate, give us a call. We'll sit down and tell you all about the Steffes way. We think it's a good way. That's how we approach it. If any of those are in your plans, give us a call or go to steffesgroup.com. Learn all about us. Hope to hear from you.
For a limited time, Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer, is offering 0% financing for 60 months for qualified customers on a large portion of our used combines inventory. For a complete list of our best used combine deals, visit combine17.com or contact your local Titan Machinery store. In addition to long-term 0% financing, Titan Machinery is also offering 12 months free full machine warranty on select late model used Case IH combines. Don't delay. Go to combine17.com or call your local Titan Machinery dealership before the program ends.
Introducing the new Challenger 1000 series, tractors unlike any other manufactured by AGCO. Redefining what a wheel tractor is capable of when it comes to wheel slip, power to ground, and fuel economy. Today, it's not enough just to be tough. You've got to be smarter than everyone else, too. Contact your Challenger dealer today to get in the seat of the new Challenger 1000. Superior engineering, superior performance, superior productivity. The next generation of tractors from your Challenger dealer.
AgweekTV Soy Insight, brought to you by the North Dakota Soybean Council.
Some of the world's largest buyers of U.S. soy were in North Dakota this week getting a first-hand look at the 2017 crop. A group of about a dozen representing crush plants in China and Indonesia checked out farms and fields on their annual trek to the state. They're looking at the crop they'll be purchasing in a couple of months. We caught up with them on Joe Morkin's farm near Castleton. It was too wet to harvest soybeans that morning, but Joe gave them a sample of the crop he harvested the day before. He also gave them a bird's eye view of how they harvest sugar beets.
They want to see what the crop looks like because it's coming off the field this week. And so they are out meeting with the farmers. They're looking for quality. They are looking at moisture, at protein, at oil, and also at the amino acids.
So far looks like the crop's good. It's better than we expected. We were thinking the drought will cause problem, but so far looks like everybody's happy.
China and Indonesia are the largest markets for North Dakota soybeans. China imports about 65% of the U.S. soybean crop. Showing goats at the county fair is gaining in popularity in some areas of Minnesota. There's a farm near Earhart where many 4-H kids get their animals every year.
Cute. Look how gentle they are.
Now retired Bobby Flink and John Bamberg spend their time here.
That's Buford.
Oh, is he cute?
With these guys, and they're as busy as ever. They raise boar goats for showing and breeding.
A docile breed. They're really good.
Many of them for kids in 4-H.
We've really been enjoying the interaction with the 4-H kids and their families.
Raising these goats wasn't always in the plan.
Actually, it all started out back here a number of years ago. I had a stent put in my heart, and the doctor said, oh, you need more exercise. I got those 2 pack goats, and one thing led to another, you know.
He had that one goat. I had never touched a goat before I met that one. I had horses.
And so the goats stuck and are a real staple here.
The market, it seems like the demand continues to grow.
Oh yeah. We can't produce enough of them. The price is there. There's a demand for them.
Bamberg says the market is very strong in cities like Chicago and New York.
The United States this last year imported a little over 17,500 ton of goat meat, and we're short, you know, because of the new ethnic community. It's a healthy meat. You don't have the fat.
This breed gains weight quickly if fed correctly.
5 months is it or so, you know, they're ready for market.
55 to 60 pounds live weight.
You know, it isn't very big, but that's the ethnic demand. They want them.
They say goats are easy to get into.
People can get started in goats with just a little land and a little shed and have a good time. Look at her looking at his face. Pet me, pet me.
Are the goats fun to take care of? They seem kind of entertaining.
My mother had a quote, and I always remember that. She said, if you have an animal, no matter what, you'll have a laugh a day. Well, every day we got a laugh, and then we got days for, you know.
Coming up on AgweekTV, we'll talk about the benefits of changing to strip till. But first, weather.
Midwest Bank knows the business of ag. That's where our roots are. We have a commitment to agriculture and believe in the farming families in our communities. We salute these doers. Your dedication to the land powered by financial resources is what gets things done, now and into the future. Turn to Midwest Bank, where we understand farming and can keep you and your operation going strong. Doers, welcome.
Getting better yields is your priority. Helping you maintain your land is ours. Unleash the groundbreaking performance of the Wolverine Extreme The patented design of the Wolverine Extreme replaces the need for bulldozers, land scrapers, and graders to create and maintain ditches, waterways, and terraces. By scraping and spreading soil in a single operation, the Wolverine Extreme does the job of multiple pieces of equipment 3 times faster.
We can move about 750 yards of dirt an hour, which is far and above the efficiency of anything else in the market.
The kicker shaft chews up the soil, and then the impeller spreads it anywhere from 10 to 150 feet on either side of the machine.
One of our biggest features is the auto clutch. That front beater isn't going to, just hammer on things. That clutch will pop, and you're going to have a well-protected driveline.
The Wolverine Extreme sets a new standard in ditcher performance. Unleash the groundbreaking performance of the Wolverine Extreme. Call Dynamic Ditchers today to schedule a free demo.
Mayo Manufacturing, your Red River Valley source for Batco. Mayo Manufacturing, your Red River Valley Batco dealer.
BotLink helps you quickly capture drone data, distribute it to trade tools, and respond to changing conditions in real time. Capture, process, and inspect aerial imagery from your fields to fix potential issues like flooding, nutrient deficiencies, or insect damage. Easily upload drone imagery to our cloud-based software to create valuable, high-definition maps that will help save you time and make smarter business decisions to save you money.
Weather portion of Ag Week now. I think it's interesting to look at the U.S. Drought Monitor movie of the summer one more time. Remember, the Drought Monitor, not necessarily a reflection of the topsoil or the water that's standing in the fields or that sort of thing, but rather the deep moisture profile. So it rains an inch, this doesn't change much, but it rains solid for a month or doesn't rain for a month, and we see significant changes. Going back to midsummer, July 1st, it was, of course, extreme drought over many areas of the northern plains. Most of the Corn Belt was sitting in very good shape. And watch out, during the course of the summer, that changed. The drought became worse during the month of July across most areas in North Dakota and South Dakota, began to turn dry in parts of Iowa. Most of the Corn Belt, Bean Belt was looking just fine. As we get on into late August, most of North Dakota is beginning to improve, and actually surface soil conditions have gotten pretty good in September across the north. In fact, in some places, it's been too wet for harvest. Meanwhile, down across much of Iowa, things have gotten fairly dry with some areas of fairly severe drought in especially south central Iowa. Not a serious problem, but something to watch as we move into next year. Drought areas have been shifting, and again, this is the deep moisture profile, not just what's on the surface. So as we go into the overwinter season, it'll be interesting to see how much of these areas get significant snow or spring rains, because we may be looking at the beginning of next summer's concerned areas. Eastern Montana, maybe the western Dakotas, kind of borderline in the Red River Valley area. Southern plains are actually looking pretty good right now. The Corn Belt beginning to dry relative to the way it was last year. Meanwhile, weather going on this week. We do have some cool temperatures dropping into the northern plains, probably some freezing temperatures early this week, about Tuesday. Warm weather, of course, not as warm as it was back in the summertime. And as we go through the week, we're probably going to look at a rebounding area of cool dropping into the northern plains by the upcoming weekend. Precipitation, not too much. There'll be one area moving out. There may be a tropical system along the eastern coast, but most of the United States is probably going to be fairly dry here this upcoming week. As we move to the second week, and now, of course, we're talking well on into October, we may start talking about one chance of a rain system coming out of that cold snap next weekend or early in the week following in the northern plains, and that's about it. That'll gradually sag southward. A lot of the northern plains area is going to be fairly dry and also relatively mild. For the most part, through mid-October, I don't see the weather turning particularly cold anywhere. So the overall pattern, we are looking at mostly drier weather setting up, a few spots of freezing temperatures in the northern plains, and overall a cooler pattern than we've been seeing so far this fall.
Dig, lay, and bury drain tile all in one pass. with the Crary Tile Pro Plow. The Crary Tile Pro Plow lays tile up to 7 feet deep with boot sizes of 4 to 12 inches. Advantages of installing drain tile to your field provides increased overall yield, improved soil moisture levels, and controls soil erosion. It pays to tile with a Crary Tile Pro. To locate a dealer near you, visit www.crarytilepro.com.
BotLink helps you quickly capture drone data, distribute it to trade tools, and respond to changing conditions in real time. Capture, process, and inspect aerial imagery from your fields to fix potential issues like flooding, nutrient deficiencies, or insect damage. Easily upload drone imagery to our cloud-based software to create valuable, high-definition maps that will help save you time and make smarter business decisions to save you money.
We're excited to bring you the new AgWeek app with useful features and the latest news and information. Get your AgWeek news, weather, and the latest episodes of AgweekTV. Plus, see real-time information on the futures market and view local cash bids for your crops. Stay updated and take AgWeek with you. Download the new AgWeek app today.
My name's Joel Kaler, owner-operator of Kaler Farms in Lidgerwood, North Dakota. We make a patented product called a cornstalk guide. Helps guide corn stalks into the grabs in the chains a lot smoother without losing corn. The corn stalk, when it comes off of our product, it's already on the gathering chain instead of being able to hit that idler. Our product will keep all the wear off the snout and get it to come into the head smoother without bouncing.
If you get right down to it, what's a farmer's job? Well, farmer's job is to feed people. Farmers collectively, our job is to feed the world. At Peterson Farm Seed, we get to have a little bit bigger picture right in our region. We get to help those farmers that we work with increase their productivity, increase the yields that they get on their farms, and as a result, more people can eat.
With a lagging farm economy, some farmers are looking for alternatives. One option some are turning to is strip till. Area specialists work to get the word out on the benefits of the practice. Joining us now is Jody DeYoung-Hughes with the University of Minnesota Extension. Jody, tell us what strip till is.
What it does is only tills a third of the soil. And so you have a machine that cuts the residue, pushes it to the side. There's a shank that puts down fertilizer and berming discs that capture that soil. And so you have this nice berm of less than 10% residue, but it doesn't touch anything in between. And so you have a no-till chisel plow type system. You know, we have lower economic times right now, and that's actually when I get more interest in strip till. People are saying, you know, how can I make just one pass across the field? How can I band apply my fertilizer?
What are some of the big benefits of strip tilling?
Well, one, if you're only making one pass across the field to do any tillage, then you save fuel and time and labor, less washing of the soil, less movement by wind erosion.
Is this kind of a gateway into no-till? Is it kind of a stepping stone or not?
Some people have said that. I think that helps you get more comfortable with a lot less tillage. And so I think it could be the gateway for like soybeans. You know, soybeans could be no-till, and it just gets them more comfortable with having all that residue out there.
What kind of soil will this work with?
It works with all of them, but there's different machines out there, and some of them are more aggressive and some are less aggressive. So if you're further west into the Dakotas and have less precipitation, if you're on a sandier soil, then you can use one that's a lot less aggressive. And then there's some that are more aggressive, do more tillage in that berm area, and those are better for corn on corn or the heavier clay soils that we have.
Is there one thing that usually tips people over the edge where they decide, you know what, yep, I want to go to strip till?
Talking to other farmers about it, the ones that have made it work. And so that's why we always have farmer panels. It's because I can show you all the data and the research on it, but they say how to get it on the ground and work for you.
Jody, thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you very much.
Still ahead on AgweekTV, a local corn grower has a big year ahead as he takes over a national group.
Total Ag Industries is the leader in total control. The future of ceramic nozzle technology is here today with the Total Ag Air Induction Turbo Nozzle, the only ceramic triple spray nozzle on the market. Works with all sprayers for better weed control and wheel tracks. They could be the last spray nozzles you'll ever need.
I'm really impressed with them. It just amazes me how they work so well.
Contact Total Ag by phone or visit totalag.com.
We're excited to bring you the new Ag Week app with useful features and the latest news and information. Get your Ag Week news, weather, and the latest episodes of AgweekTV. Plus, see real-time information on the futures market and view local cash bids for your crops. Stay updated and take Ag Week with you. Download the new Ag Week app today. Where do you go for the latest news in agriculture? Ag Week Magazine. Reaching over 30,000 farmers and ranchers in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Montana. Ag Week provides the most up-to-date information on the markets, the trends, and the people who make it all happen. We're your source for news, not fluff. Dependable, trusted. Ag Week. Subscribe today by calling 1-800-811-2580.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Ag Week TV, presented by Kaler Farms.
In Arthur, North Dakota, farmer is the new president of the National Corn Growers Association. Kevin Skunis, who grows corn and soybeans, will serve as the president for a year. NCGA has more than 40,000 members and represents more than 300,000 farmers nationwide. Skunis says he considers a leadership role in the group a great honor.
What you do see is that farmers are the same all across the country. We farm a little different, but we're all the same when we get to these meetings. And did I think that I would ever be president of National Corn Growers? I never dreamed of it.
Skunis says his priorities are the 2018 Farm Bill and resolving U.S. trade agreements. Thanks for watching this week's edition of Ag Week TV. For all your ag news, go to agweek.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. See you next week.